Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The purpose was not to, normally in webinars, it is my belief that we should have the last presentation. It is better we do the last presentation because having listened to all the top experts, when you make your presentation, that is much better than actually making presentation.
Yes, it's visible.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible now.
Okay. So, परमादरणीय चिंतापल्ली लक्ष्मा रेड्डी गारू जी, प्रणाम आपको। परम आदरणीय प्रोफेसर यादव, डॉक्टर शक्ति पांडे, प्रोफेसर राकेश विज जी, डॉक्टर विलास तावड़े जी, राजीव रंजन जी, लक्ष्मी जी, दर्शनवीर जी और बहुत सारे एक्सपर्ट्स जिनका नाम मेरे मन में इस समय मैं बोला नहीं है, लेकिन सभी जो पुण्य आत्माएं जुड़ी हैं इस कार्यक्रम से, उन सबको मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ। केवल मैं जैसे बता रहा था कि इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर टू मेक द प्रेजेंटेशन इन द एंड, बट आई हैव टू गो जस्ट नाउ, नॉट दैट आई विल नॉट बी ऑन, आई विल बी ऑन फॉर द होल कॉन्फ्रेंस, but I have to leave because today is the Shraddha of my father. So I have to reach home by 12 o'clock, and it takes half an hour from here. So that's why I requested. Anyways, it was wonderful that you allowed me to make a change in the schedule. Thank you very much, Jyoti ji and Nikhil ji. I think the presentation of Professor Rakesh Vij and the presentation of Dr. Pandey, anyways, when Dr. Pandey makes a presentation, he always invokes Ma Saraswati with a shlok or two. So thank you very much. Their presentation are very helpful to me. I come from India Glycols Limited, and I would be talking about modern technology and enhanced soil recovery. But before that, I must tell you, just now at the end of his presentation, of his talk, Dr. Pandey has said that in future, it will be more and more petrochemicals and more new molecules from petrochemicals, but things would be green and things would be environment friendly. So here I just want to show you something. And this slide talks about carbon rainbow. Please understand, when we say petroleum, oil and gas sector, then we are dealing with nothing but hydrocarbons and carbon. So now the new concept, thanks to this COVID-19, has taught us all the big companies in the world. And I'm talking about some of the companies which have already made a statement, vision statement for next 20 years. And their vision statement depends on the concept of carbon rainbow. Now you see carbon rainbow here, gray, green, blue and purple. And all these companies want to go to purple. Purple means whatever CO2 is produced by man-made activities is converted into useful carbon. Useful carbon means the fuel, useful carbon means the chemicals. So today at the moment, what all we are doing is, we have tried our level best to get grey carbon, plastic recycling, etc. Green Carbon India Glycols is a company which is #1 in the world and only company in the world to have shown to the world that how green carbon can be brought to use, because we have been manufacturing surfactants and specialty chemicals starting from sugarcane molasses. So taking the farmer's produce direct to the consumer, and then consumer after disposal gets back to the farmer. So 360-degree cradle to Anteshti, Jan se Anteshti tak green carbon is being done by India Glycols. Then the blue carbon, which will come from marine, and the purple carbon, which will be CO2. Now this is the future. And my presentation, why I am saying this is because I am very happy Professor Rakesh Vij has invited Confergo to organize the next seminar in their campus. And my sincere suggestion is that Confergo should use this slide, and the areas pertaining to, highlighted here related to carbon rainbow, should be the topic of future conferences. Now why I am saying so is, please understand today in Indian petroleum industry what is happening. Number one, Indian petroleum sector is amongst the top 10, in spite of the fact that we do not have our own petroleum crude. We have best of the refineries. We have the most cost-effective refineries. The cost per barrel is much less in India, in Indian refineries. So what we are actually basically doing is that on the one hand, we will be focusing on petroleum sector, but on the other hand, we will also have to start looking for carbon rainbow. Why I'm saying this is, look at Reliance. Reliance has already carved out one section of their petrochemical business that is called oil to chemical. And this would be going to Aramco. This is one development. Please note this. The second development is those who are major, big leaders of petroleum refinery and petrochemicals in the world, and including the ones sitting in Gulf countries. One of them is SABIC, for example. You know, they are working on green chemicals. They are into petrochemicals, but they are working on green chemicals. For your information, they have developed a technology in which they can convert ethylene into alpha olefins. And alpha olefin sulfonate, if you do it, they are the best detergents in the world. Now, they are working on the green areas. So look at this, purple carbon and green carbon and marine carbon, they would be the future. But I agree with Dr. Pandey, petroleum will always have a scope. But only thing is, people will start looking for chemicals coming from renewable resources and the purple carbon rather than they would be going for petroleum. Petroleum would be in times to come used more or targeted to be used more for the fuel purposes, but for the petrochemical purposes, the industries will shift over to renewable chemicals. That is why I just go that in future conferences they must keep this in mind. So as I told you, I come from India Glycols, which is a listed public limited company, and please mute, all of you, please mute, because otherwise it disturbs. Please mute, all of you. So, including Nikhilji, you also mute because you were talking on the phone and everybody was listening what you were talking on the phone. So, a listed public limited company promoted by Bhartiya Group. It's not to advertise India Glycols, but I want to just tell you that ethylene oxide can be produced from sugarcane molasses is shown to the world only by India Glycols. So, make in India, we need to do this kind of things. We are the first company in the world to manufacture green ethylene oxide from molasses. First company to manufacture green monoethylene glycol, based on which Coca-Cola in the world, in Europe and in America, introduced plant bottling. And that plant bottling is based on LG. Please mute yourself, all of you, please. Otherwise, you're coughing, you're sneezing, everybody will hear. So we are the first company to manufacture green surfactants. And now all over the world, for example, please mute. Just now the person who has sneezed or coughed, he should mute, please. So this one, India Glycols Limited had a vision. Our founder said that we should produce everything from something which comes from the farms, because Indian economy is agro economy. So for last 31 years, we have been trying to produce chemicals coming from natural and renewable resources. A reliable partner. Did I forget Professor Yadav in my speech? Please, Professor Yadav is one who is most respected and he talks about natural and renewable resources. So I think this slide is dedicated to his thought process because he always talks about green chemicals. So we try to be a reliable partner, adding value and sustainable growth of stakeholders, including society, and society is number one. See, this is what we have done to achieve the vision, realization of the vision. We produce ethylene oxide and then thousands of chemicals out of ethylene oxide. See, this is how we have grown. We have started in 1989 with glycols with a capacity of 40 tons per day. Went all the way in the year 2008, 2009 to the level of 600 tons per day. And today we are manufacturing hundreds of products going in the industry, including the petroleum industry. And what Professor Vij and Dr. Pandey have said, that chemicals are required for enhanced soil recovery. Look, this is what we are defining the sustainability. And remember, unless we go back to the basics, unless we go back to Vedic era, we will not be able to be sustainable. India Glycols, we believe in self-sustainability. And the first and foremost fundamental thing in the base is the compliance. We comply all the rules and regulations. We look for new, unique and novel idea. And here in this gathering, I'm mentioning because all the scientists who are working on chemicals or designing chemicals for oil field industry, they should really collaborate with us because we have a lot of opportunities for them to help them realize their dreams. We do backward integration. We replace the petrochemical based chemicals because petroleum should be utilized more for energy and the chemicals should come from natural resources so that we don't have all these diseases, all the kind of problems that we are facing. The company is looking for zero liquid discharge and social responsibility is the key of the company. These are the sectors we cater to, and here the oil and gas sector is very prominent. We manufacture almost all chemicals that go into petroleum and oil and gas sector, and all these chemicals, most of them, majority of them are green. As I told you that our visionary founder had given us the mandate to produce chemicals that are green. Now these are chemicals, I don't want you to actually take your time on this slide because already it has been said by Dr. Pandey and Professor Viz. Without chemicals, we can't really get petroleum for the purpose that we want. But I just would like you to have a look at the nanotechnology solution to upstream oil industry, and that is where the chemicals are very, very important, which we have in our R&D has been designing. And this is what is very important because when we say IOR or EOR, it actually should be CEOR, chemical for enhanced oil recovery, because use of combination of polymer and surfactants and use of polymeric surfactants and use of surfactants demonstrating polymeric properties and use of polymers which demonstrate surface active properties is the key for getting the enhanced oil recovery. And nanotechnology solution for the upstream oil industry challenge is the key. Have a look at this, how this is. So if you are looking for tertiary recovery of the petrol, that is the EOR, chemical is the one which will be done by surfactants, polymers and caustic. Now here you see I have specifically, we have chosen the green color, and this green color means we manufacture the green surfactants for that. And the polymer is gray because I told you they are plastics and they just are defined as gray because they can be recycled. So this is about tertiary recovery where Dr. Pandey has very nice slides. He showed that the oil is entrapped between the rocks, and below the rocks almost we have about more than the oil that we have already been able to extract is there entrapped in the rocks. So how do we take it out? How do we take this crude oil which is embedded in the rocks is the key. So let us see what do we do it. So this is the challenge. In the technical side, we have our wells are old and commingled understanding about application of onshore, and application of offshore is large well spacing, logistics and reservoir understanding. Please understand these are the key challenges, technical key challenges. The economics of thermal, I have already told you, but economy of chemical is we look for long lead times and long payout. Okay, so we are supposed to have something which really is more efficient, and access to CO2. These are some of the economic aspects. CO2 can be converted into chemicals. These days, CO2 is being treated as a purple resource for purple energy or purple carbon in the rainbow. Now let's see, this is something which I want you to actually understand. Of course, you must have seen in many of the publications and in many of the advertising papers and brochures. But I must tell you, the oil is emulsified in water. When we say oil is emulsified in water, that means water is bulk and oil is into the water. So outside is water, inside is oil. Now you see here oil in water, and you use the surfactant which is actually water soluble, not oil soluble. Now let's see the next one. If you have a surfactant which is oil soluble and you have water and oil together, then you will have water in oil emulsion. So there are two possibilities. One, you have oil in water emulsions when you use highly water soluble surfactants, high hydrophilic lipophilic balance surfactants. You will have water in oil emulsions when you have surfactants which are soluble in oil. So these are two conditions. Now both these conditions are not good, are not considered good, because Dr. Pandey has very clearly said about the role of surfactant, and I am going to tell you something which you will never forget, I hope. Remember, a surfactant is a fellow who is friendly to two enemies. Suppose there are two neighbors who are enemies with each other, like India and Pakistan. Okay, these two enemies don't want to talk with each other. They require somebody mediator. Like for example, ladki wala and ladka wala. You need a mediator. Now, who is the good mediator? A good mediator is the one who conveys the message of one to the another without any profit in it. So surfactant is a not-for-profit organization which makes sure that the water and oil remain together as friends. Because you know very well, water and oil are not friends. They are the biggest enemies. Water doesn't like oil and oil doesn't like water. So these two situations, Windsor 1, where oil is emulsified in water, Windsor 2, in which water is emulsified in water, the surface tension is still high. Though you have emulsification, they are kinetically stable. They are not thermodynamically stable. And remember, all formulations are kinetically stable, generally never thermodynamically stable. And when I say kinetically stable means, कुछ समय के लिए वो stable होते हैं. But after you pass the time, they will immediately separate out. If you have an emulsion, it will separate out after a year, after 2 years. Some of them may separate out within 3 months, 4 months. So basically, to have thermodynamically stable, you have to go for a surfactant, which is really, now this is what I'm trying to show you here. This is oil and water, this is oil and water, and there is a type 3, which makes a continuous phase. Continuous phase means oil, water, surfactants all present throughout. There is no emulsion. It's thermodynamically stable stage. So what we are trying to achieve is, we want to take that oil which is entrapped between the rocks, below the rocks, to get microemulsified in water. So that is where we are supposed to flood the rocks with surfactant and polymer mixture, and this is what is Windsor 3 type. So for those who have not been able to understand from the publications the type 3 Windsor microemulsion, I tried to explain them. Now surfactant has equal attraction for oil and water, but in this case, remember, the surface tension is reduced so much that they have merged into each other. कैसे होता है? जब हम normal life में, in our daily life, when we see, जब मित्रता इतनी बढ़ जाती है, अगाढ़ हो जाती है, तो हम एक दूसरे की बुराइयां भी नहीं देखते. हमको अपने मित्र में सदा अच्छाइयां दिखती हैं. तो वो काम माइक्रो इमल्शन का है. That kind of friendship never seems to break when a friend is completely merged into one another. It's just like a relationship of husband and wife. I mean, it is for janam janmantar ka relation hota hai. So microemulsion is thermodynamically stable, and this is what we try to do. Look at this. Here it is excess oil. Here it is excess water. When it was excess oil, this was oil in water. Excess water, this is water in oil. And in between this is the Windsor 3 microemulsion, and this is what we are looking for. We must aim to have a chemical which can make this happen easily, economically and technologically favorable and viable. So what we try to do is, this again is shown here, that we are looking for type 3. You see the black here, oil, you see the water, and in between this, the oil droplets are microemulsion. Without any, and this is thermodynamically stable. That means you don't have to agitate. You know, thermodynamically stable things, I will give you an example. आप चीनी डालते हो, शुगर डालते हो पानी में. When you add sugar in water, even if you don't mix with spoon, it will dissolve. It may take 10 minutes, it may take 5 minutes, depending on what kind of sugar and what is the temperature of water. But it will dissolve automatically. And once it is dissolved, it will never separate unless you are heating it. And so thermodynamically stable microemulsion is produced here. We are trying to generate maximum microemulsion. Minimum water here, minimum oil here. And the scientists who are listening to me, the young scientists, they can do these experiments in their labs. Consider these as the test tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 test tubes. Now in these 6 test tubes, what you are doing is you have oil and water, which is 50-50. And you are adding surfactant concentration. A concentration will come where you will have this microemulsion. And that is a concentration you should decide for doing the enhanced oil recovery. Who are number 1 in enhanced oil recovery is America, and to some extent Russia. And remember, India is supposed to follow it because India has all the knowledge. When I am sharing this knowledge to you, and when I am telling you that we are manufacturing these products, then what is the problem? Let us join hands together. I always tell to ONGC and to companies who actually purchase their chemicals by tender business. If you buy chemicals by tender business, you will only get chemicals as per specifications. But if you collaborate and cooperate, I tell you, you will get much cheaper product and much better product, and we'll be able to innovate. This is about crude emulsion. Already Professor Vij has given in detail how the quality of crude oil has been varying. And remember, day by day, the crude quality has been getting worsened. More of wax, more of viscosity, more of problems related to temperature, handling the pour point depressant. Then we want to look for pour point depressant, which can be done at low temperature and where we don't have to heat the crude. So all these kind of things have been happening and will be happening more and more. We should look for surfactants, which is friendly to all. This is about nanotechnology to improve oil and gas recovery using nanoparticles to penetrate deep into the formation rock. What I told you to create Windsor 3, and this is how it happens. You see here, you have SDS is an anionic surfactant. This is oil drop. This is SDS. This is oil drop. Rocks. Okay. Then you have this, and you see this oil drop getting entrapped in this, and then you are able to take it out. These are some of the novel surfactants that we manufacture. And I'm very pleased to share with you that India Glycols R&D has designed molecules not just for Indian, but for the foreign enhanced oil recovery operations. I always mention and I repeat when we say make in India and made for India and made by Indians, I think we should really join hands together. All the petrochemical industries today are managed as far as the recovery, the production of petroleum is concerned, or treating petroleum crude is concerned, by companies who are themselves not manufacturing the products. They are buying products from companies like us, and they are taking heavy prices from you, and you are paying them. Instead of that, let us do it locally at Indian level, joining hands together. These are some of the products, again, the same list which I wanted to show you. And this is the product which I'm saying that we have just recently, we are about to launch all over the world. And this is in association with one of the multinationals, and this is for the enhanced oil recovery. Can you imagine this molecule? Here it is ethylene oxide, and we have also, this is ether carboxylate, sorry. We have the molecule here, this one, ethoxylate, propoxylate, fatty alcohol, ethoxylate, propoxylate, alkyl phenol, and then after ethoxylation, propoxylation, further sulfonation or sulfation, and then you have the molecule that you are looking for. This is the one. This is the one which I am talking about. You have EO, you have PO, you have EO here, and then you further sulfonate it. PO block copolymer, and you further sulfonate it. So molecular weight range is anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000, and you achieve the desired result that you are looking for. This is another molecule that I am talking about, dioctyl sulfosuccinate. at very small concentrations. It has the capacity to be able to bring down the surface tension almost close to zero. Remember, if surface tension is not there, it is merging. यदि आपकी मित्रता इतनी अगाढ़ है, इतनी गूढ़ है, तो आपको फोन करने की भी आवश्यकता नहीं, आपको बताने की भी आवश्यकता नहीं, आप एक दूसरे में मर्ज हो जाते हो, आत्मा का मिलन हो जाता है। और केमिकल्स में भी आत्मा का मिलन होता है, और ये आत्मा का मिलन सर्फैक्टेंट्स कराते हैं, और ये सर्फैक्टेंट हमारी R&D डिजाइन करती है। काशीपुर में ये R&D सेंटर है हमारा, और ये प्रेजेंटेशन डॉक्टर विनोद जोशी ने बनाई मेरे लिए, मैं उनका आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। He's a brilliant scientist with the experience of close to 30 years in this industry, and I hope being his first job or last job in India Glycols, he does big in life. So with this, I stop sharing, and I just want to tell you that I shall always be looking forward to work together with the industry, with petroleum industry, and remember that future is going to be the chemicals coming from the renewable and from the purple carbon rainbow. So with these words, thank you very much. I shall be connected, but I could not make presentation. I shall be listening to all of you. If you have any questions, please forward it to us. I am always available. I'm there on Facebook. I'm there on LinkedIn. And I respond within 24 hours if the WhatsApp message is there or mail is there. Thank you very much, Dr. Jyoti Jinagal Madam and Nikhil ji and I shall be delighted to come to your campus. I've already offered myself to be there with you whenever you want for your students. Thank you very much, विलास तावड़े जी, आपको देख के बहुत अच्छा लगता है। राजीव जी, thank you very much. Thank you, डॉक्टर पांडे, आपसे आशीर्वाद मिल गया। एंड पद्म श्री प्रोफेसर यादव जी, आपका आशीर्वाद मिला। दर्शनवीर जी, लक्ष्मीवीर जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच। भगवान भला करे।
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your great presentation.